5:02 breaking right now. The coronavirus pandemic continuing to spread throughout our area.
Students or faculty have tested
we are going
to
fight tooth and nail
will be closed today
to protect our school system.
It's unclear how much
either disinfect some classrooms,
reality the spread of the virus down to
supplies,
could be programs. In Scarsdale, a suburb of New York City, children will be out through the middle of next week.
Concerns turning to the safety of schools, institutions across the tri-state area, shutting down Valley Rise Scarsdale District schools, announcing that they will be closed for a week and a half. District leaders telling us that they made this decision after speaking with the Westchester County,
where the schools are also closed for cleaning. That is because either students who went to this school or their parents were connected to people or locations where they've seen those positive coronavirus cases here in Westchester County. Now,
Closing today, and even universities is live in Mount Vernon with the very latest on that. Candace, good morning to you.
And after very careful consideration, I announced today that the New York Public Schools will remain closed for the remainder of this school year.
The new reality of learning while staying safe.
So it was 2004, 2 days before the very first film festival. I came to John Larkin with an idea. I didn't want to just walk out at the film festival and introduce the pieces. I didn't want to just play the student films. I wanted like a little intro piece to set the energy for the evening.
I remember being a junior in high school and Mike coming up to me in the studio, I think it was during the film class, and saying that he wanted to put together this kind of opening video, this kind of funny mishmash of movies to open up the event. But the festival was, I believe, only 2 days away.
The next day, the night before the film festival, right after school, we ran around, we shot all the footage we needed, got what we needed, came in the next day, and John got to it and started editing.
Mr. Anderson.
No, it's Mr. Goldstein. See, I have ID.
When the film festival began that evening, it started with our very first intro, and the rest was history.
You don't even think to call me Godfather.
Godfather, what can I do?
You can act like a man!
I find that what's fascinating about the film festival intros is that Mike somehow has the ability and the persuasive power to get people to show up on film, on digital video, doing things that they probably would never have done on their own.
The get is when you get that faculty member the audience would never expect to see in an intro, and it's a huge surprise to them. And when you cast that member, the get to me is knowing once they say yes to doing that part, that is going to be the moment in that year's film festival that everybody is going to love and enjoy and remember for a long time to come.
Turn step, over the top, turn step. Hey Steve, nice to see you. Come and work out with us.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Carmen Sandiego. It's historically and geographically accurate. What do you think about where in the new wing is Dr. Capulano?
I'll get back to you.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego?
That I cannot do.
I'll give you anything you ask. So what comes to mind when you hear a Film Fest intro? What comes to mind is organized chaos.
He picks a topic or a movie and he ropes in all these students and teachers, and we're all scrambling to get it filmed and edited and put together all in time before the film festival.
I think of a lot of things. I think about like years of like excitement and like film festivals and like the planning and how exciting it was.
When I think of the Film Fest intro, I think of it being this like mysterious, elusive thing that I always try to figure out every year.
Mr. Goldstein, he always has an idea, and always in his mind he knows what he wants for the Film Fest intro. But he doesn't tell everyone. It's always a top secret thing.
Even if you helped on the intro, you still never knew everything that was going to happen because you only ever got to know what happened in the part that you were a part of.
Only knowing the portion that I was working on was frustrating, but in the same way it gave me the drive to do my best and try my hardest because I didn't have any sort of reference for what everyone else was doing.
I really enjoyed only knowing the part that I participated in because I thought it was a fun surprise seeing what everybody else was working on for the first time.
Every year you want to do something a little different and you want to improve upon each previous year. You just want them to get better and better. And we did. The very first one was kind of a takeoff when Billy Crystal used to splice himself into the movies when he would host the Academy Awards in the 90s. That's what that was takeoff. But we just did reaction shots. We'd have me doing something and we'd splice it with footage. The next year we stepped it up and used blue screen and inserted me into the scenes. The third year we did lightsabers.
I remember being in 8th grade and John Munzo and Dan Propora frame by frame adding a lightsaber beam to Goldstein's lightsaber fight in one of the first film festivals that I saw, and that just blew my mind. If there's a flaming skull in a movie and that happens to be the cutting edge technology, how can we recreate Goldstein walking around with a flaming skull head?
I helped out with the Top Gun and the Mad Men Film Fest intro. That was in 2014 and 2015. I did a lot of the CGI for the dogfight scenes in Top Gun, as well as the intro sequence for the Mad Men one. I am currently a mechanical engineer. I do a lot of CAD work, which is computer design work, but I started doing all of that in high school when I started doing computer-generated imagery, CGI for films and stuff. So working on my own films as well as working on the Film Fest intros and doing that CGI really helped me to get a firm understanding of how to make and design things in computer graphics.
Every year I go back to the film festival, I'm blown away because your movies now are, blow ours out of the water.
Usually what Mike would do is he would tell me, we're going to give you this tiny little piece this is your responsibility, and we'd like you to kind of work on this piece, and then I'd have to wait until I saw the intro to understand and recognize the context of what it is I'd completed.
Oh, look. A birdie.
That is horse crap.
You gonna eat that?
When I think of Film Fest, it has to be Boris's catchphrase. That's horse crap. It's just, it's iconic.
That's horse crap. That's horse crap. That's horse crap. Horse crap.
I feel like the Film Fest is sort of like a documentary on his life.
You hear a lot of things about actors, and Steve falls into the actor category, I think, at this point.
When Mike first asked me to participate in this, I was a little hesitant, to get on camera with bunny ears or maybe dress up like Yoda or some of the other shenanigans and hijinks. But, taking that chance changed my life. And I think that's what's most special about this. I got to express myself in new ways. I never knew I could do comedy. I knew nothing about the filmmaking industry. It was great to learn that. I got to grow as a person.
How and why was I asked to participate? Well, let's see. I was untenured. I was young and single. So, translation, I had a lot of free time.
What's with the cape? What, are you supposed to be some kind of superhero?
You like it? I found it in a tree. Anyway, look, this is the thing. Every year at the film festival, I'm the same guy. I've been typecasted as the guy in the photocopy machine. You know, one of these collated. It's gonna end. I want more.
Parents would always bring it up at open house. Several times I'd be asked to give my autograph out. Students would see it, they'd be entertained, and I guess their first reaction would be probably, wow, Mr. Manganiello probably has no life. He's spending all this time filming in an intro.
I choreographed a fight scene for a music video in Goldstein's class, and Goldstein was the one who approached me and said, I loved your video, let's do a fight scene for this year's Film Fest.
I always wanted to get a little bit more action into the intro, and I thought by choreographing a really cool fight scene would be awesome. But I had to actually do a backflip and land on my belly on a mat to give the appearance in the air. And I haven't done a backflip off a diving board since I was in 10th grade. That was a lot of fun.
That put me on the path to stunt doubling. I never really knew that was a career path I could choose, and I finally got all my union credits for stunt doubling last year.
When I hear Film Fest intro, I think of lollipops, rainbows, unicorns, an alligator, imagination, an alligator.
Alligator.
I found it absolutely thrilling to play an actor playing a performance. Thrilling. I did base him on some of the actors I rubbed shoulders with in the Royal Shakespeare Company.
I was the first alligator in the film festival.
I did a whole bunch of stuff. The first year that I was ever asked to do it, I held a boom pole, and I think my senior year I helped with some makeup, costuming, and I think I was in it even for a second, or I was there to be in it for a second. So each year I helped in a very different capacity.
I've acted in a number of Film Fest intros.
Go blow it out of your Shakespeare. This application must be applied roughly like thus.
No reason. People like Boba Fett. He didn't say anything. He never did anything. He was a lackey of the Empire, and yet some reason people think he is like the coolest character in the universe.
And I helped Mr. Goldstein write the musical intro.
Our school is at peace with no sound of students.
I've played everything from Boris's love interest to someone who chases Boris and kicks his butt. Either way, he ends up saying horse crap sometime in the intro, and it's wonderful every year.
The 6th and 7th was a lot of sound, a lot of holding the boom, a lot of holding, setting up the shotgun mic. I actually did do a little acting in the 6th one. I had a couple lines. Here we go. I think I had a couple facial expressions I had to nail for the scene. I believe it was my hand that grabs Goldstein when he's face down in the water of the Inception opening. So yeah, these things are Oscar nominated.
Able to be a part of the behind the scenes, and I got to do old age makeup, and I got to be a part of like Nothing Suits Me Like a Suit parody, which is one of my favorites.
Greatest kind of skill. Nothing thrills me like a film.
Luckily, every time I participated in the intro, I avoided being in front of the camera.
First time was Film Fest 5. That was a very small role based entirely on the word crap.
It's horse crap. Crap. Crap makes me think about coprolites. We talk about coprolites down on my side of the school. Coprolites are fossil poo.
The second time was a much bigger role, had scripted parts for Film Fest 13 for the intro. And during that one, it involved a lot of marshmallows in a campfire.
Hey, who ate all the marshmallows?
Not me.
Really, Steve? You couldn't save any for us?
But
I've had cameos in a few of the intros. I think my favorite is probably the Inception one.
John Larkin? 6 years. And you still haven't named the Best Film Award after me. I didn't think you'd care.
Once I was an 80s dancer. Once I was an Attack of the 50-Foot Woman in the poster.
You are waiting for a train. The train that will take you far away.
I'm an English teacher. Gosh, it's been an honor every single time, and I have great memories every single time I do it.
I participated in front of the camera and behind the camera, and I enjoyed both. You know, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. So I had a date with a teacher last night.
Really? With who?
Yes.
I appeared in an intro one time in Film Festival 5. And I don't think it changed the way people looked at me at all. I mean, I think it was a pretty good reflection of myself.
I was featured in Matrix the Musical. And I played Trinity, the Trinity character, alongside Joe Blue and many other classmates, which was a lot of fun.
One of my favorite gets of all time has to be Mr. Wing. At the time he was the middle school principal, but on screen playing the villain, singing and dancing while monologuing his evil plan to the audience.
I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues, and our outcomes diligently squared. Be prepared.
But there is one get that stands above all the others.
Goldstein wanted to bring back previous, alumni who had worked on the film festivals, and the film fest just submitted films to the film festival, and we created a series of vignettes for the opening to do a parody of Citizen Kane, and that was really exciting. I was able to do a Goodfellas parody.
There was Paulie Princess, always eating eggplant parmesan. Mean Jenny G. Tough grader. But it was good times. We were film fellas.
Right away, I knew I was going to have to ask Mr. Lindia. Now, Mr. Lindia is no longer at the school, but for the students who remember him, they will remember that he was a presence in the school. Even if he didn't have Italian, even if you didn't know him personally, you knew who he was.
I made sure Jess Costa, who was doing the makeup for Mr. Lindia, they were in the classroom nearest to the cafeteria, but we taped up the window so no one can see in. We got the whole crew into the little mini cafeteria room where we filmed the scene. I told Andre, I said, make sure, Billy, for the very, very first practice shot, we're filming Mr. Boris because we wanted to get his reaction for this.
Unbeknownst to me, Mike had Frank Lindia, all 6'5" of them, waiting outside the door. And when I said, what am I, a clown? Do I amuse you like a clown?
Like a clown? Are you calling?
What's wrong to being a clown?
I just started screaming with laughter, with panic, with fear. I was happy and terrified and peeing myself all at the same time.
So what am I, some sort of clown? Huh? Here to amuse you? A clown, is that it?
What's wrong being a clown? What's wrong being a clown? Tell me, what's wrong being a clown?
It was one of those, laugh out loud moments that you don't forget.
Beautiful writing, great director, and a wonderful cast to work with. Being a great lover of Shakespeare and having played Othello but not Iago. So I did not play him as a gangster, I played him as a patriarch.
Hey, yo, look, Boris, you got it all wrong here.
It's really amazing to think back at how much the festival has evolved and how much Mike thinks about, character and, what he has the teachers do and the students and what the storylines are. And I mean, he's always trying to top himself.
Some level, I think he also wants to outshine what the students are going to end up producing for the film fest. He does.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. There is. There are some years where the films are coming in like really slow and I don't know what we have and I don't know whether it's going to be a great film festival or not. So I say, you know what, I'm just going to make a really, really awesome intro. So when people sit down to watch, it's the first thing they see. It's going to be so amazing. No one's going to care what the rest of the film festival is like. Yeah. But you know what, every year I feel that way and every year the students come through at the end and every film festival is phenomenal.
Films that are put out by this department under Mike Goldstein and with all the students and all the helpers, they're fantastic, and it's an honor being part of that.
There's no way this video could even explain it. I've traveled the world making films. I've done videos for the biggest artists in the world. I've toured with the biggest artists in the world. I opened my own film studio in Manhattan.
I currently do a lot of freelance photography and videography work for events and stuff.
I am a gaffer. And a gaffer is in control of all the lights and electricity that runs on a film set. It's a pretty important job, and it's very rewarding. It's hard physical work most days, but at the same time, you do get this tremendous sense of accomplishment when you're able to craft the art form into looking the exact way that you and the cinematographer and the director had envisioned.
Film class had a huge impact on me because I kept with it through college, and now I'm working in the production field and I couldn't enjoy it more.
The Eastchester Film Festival has always been something I'm just so lucky to have been a part of and to be a part of my life. I always say when people talk about how do you get into film, I talk about how I had such a great, amazing high school program through Eastchester, and the film festival is a part of it.
It has led me to where I am today. I'm a video editor for a live stream fitness company, and I still write on the side. I'm an aspiring screenwriter.
It's pushed my life and my career in the direction it's gone in. I've always been involved in some form of production or event production, whether it be producing events for a company, working in a school environment. But no, I've always, since film class and since Eastchester, I've constantly been involved with film, and it's I wouldn't trade that time for anything.
You and I got unfinished business, Goldstein. You owe me a rematch, and I'm not going to stop until I get it.
To have a place where you can be creative and have someone there that recognizes talent in people and supports them in that and encourages them, to me, there's nothing better you can get at a school.
We reach an age where, as grown-ups, we think that certain things have to be put away or filed in our youth. And I think the Film Festival offers a lot of the people that have worked on the intro that opportunity to kind of reclaim that crazy inner child that hasn't gotten out in a while. I think that part of them, I find that amusing, uproarious, enormously endearing, and very funny.
At the end of the day, film is man's best friend.
Oh. Please keep asking me to do the film intros because I really have a lot of fun doing them.
I am still waiting for an award. Never got one, so I made myself one. Yeah, this is... Don't ask me where I got this.
It's a journey I never dreamt I'd be on. There's been so many twists and turns. Been a riddle wrapped in enigma, wrapped in pizza crust. It's like a calzone, except with film. Now I want a calzone.
When it comes down to it, we're always trying to figure out a way how to make things happen on screen. And there's a little saying that I came up with that it's not can we, it's how can we. And that's my challenge to everyone who comes into the room that we try to make these intros.
Hi, I want everyone to understand clearly that I was never involved voluntarily in one of Mr. Goldstein's film fests. I performed completely under duress. While going to my car one day, a bag was put over my head. When I came to, I was in old age makeup, which to this day I haven't been able to remove. I was repeatedly shocked with an electronic device and prodded to say lines in front of a video camera, and everybody who was involved was speaking Russian. So if there was any kind of collusion, it was with Mr. Goldstein.
Welcome to the 17th Annual Eastchester Film Festival, streaming into your home for the first time ever. You may be sitting on the couch in your favorite footy jammy jams, eating the most delicious snack, ready to watch the festival. But don't get too comfortable. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you next year back in the auditorium because having a live cinematic audience, there's nothing like it. Before we get into the films, I'd like to send out a special thanks to John Larkin. John Larkin edited that wonderful intro retrospective piece we watched before my monologue. He was a graduate of 2005, and he actually won the very first 2 Best Film Awards from the Film Festival. In addition, thanks to all the faculty members and the alumni that sent in their interviews for that intro retrospective. There were a lot of great stories I loved listening to. Unfortunately, it was too much to put in the short we made here today, so perhaps there's a feature in the future. I'd now like to present the Producers Award. A few years ago, we started the Producers Award to give to a student who goes out and not only works tremendously on their own projects, but assists many other people on theirs, as well as participating in many of the events the Video Production Club has to offer. This is obviously not the Producers Award trophy. As like most places, the awards place was closed, so this will stand in. This is actually my football MVP trophy from a most amazing season I had. That's really not important, but I just wanted to post about that, and like the trophy's really cool. But that's neither here nor there. This year, the Producers Award goes to our very own Justin Gerber. Congratulations. This year, with everything going on, especially with the quarantine and the social distancing, it made it a very difficult challenge for our student filmmakers to be able to get their crews together and go out and film. So what you're going to see here tonight is a tremendous achievement in filmmaking, as many of the crews were a crew of 1 or 2. Most people had to use their family members and the houses that they were stuck in. Some students even filmed and edited their entire movies on cell phones. A couple of students even started their movies before the quarantine with a tremendous crew and then had to figure out how to complete it as an army of one. How did they do it? You'll find out tonight at the 17th Annual Eastchester Film Festival. Enjoy the show.
Hello? Yeah, that's my brother. What's happened to him? Dead? How? How? No. 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 I'm gonna be sick. I'll be down there as soon as I can.
Are you okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Let me help you.
It's not true. Tell me I've been lied to. Crying innocent like you. What the hell did I do? Never been the type to let someone see right through. didn't mean to say I love you.
Hey. Whoa. Who are you? It's not important. What are you doing here? What are any of us doing here? That is not what I asked. What's the purpose of life? What? Why were we chosen to be on planet Earth? I don't know. What makes us more special than the aliens on Mars? There's aliens on Mars? Probably. I don't know. I don't believe in aliens. Imagine having an alien as a pet, like a dog. Well, what does the alien look like? I don't know. Long, tan, handsome, like me. No, you're not tan. That's true. How are you not tan? Aren't you like half Italian, half Albanian? Yeah, I don't really know. I think about that a lot. At least you're tall. I was like 5'3" freshman year. How tall are you now? 6'1", 6'2". Wow, really? Yeah. Good for you. Now, would the alien behave like a dog? Nah, probably more like a cat. Okay, but just bigger? Yeah. Would it like attack you? If you provoke it. How would you provoke it? I don't know. Stepping on its tail or something? So it has a tail. Maybe. How many legs does it have? Like 2. So like a human? Or like a chicken? I could really go for some chicken right now. Yeah, have you ever had the fried chicken at Stu Leonard's? Can't say I have. Dude, you're missing out. Stu Leonard's is such a great place. I 100% agree. Have you ever had their ice cream? Yes. Yes, I have. So good. So good. I want ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate. I gotta go with chocolate. Really? I'm more of a pistachio guy myself. Pistachio? That's kind of weird. Why? Like, how do you make a nut into ice cream? Maybe they, like, crush it up or something? Yeah, but then it would be, like, all chunky in your mouth and stuff. You're right. No, I was never a big fan of pistachios. Really? I'm more of a cashew guy myself. I respect that. Cashews are pretty good. It's such a weird word. Cashew. You give me cash. Do you need money? Nah, I'm alright. Alright, good, because I'm really broke. Me too. Who decided to make money green? Maybe like George Washington? I don't know. Why can't we have Canadian money? Isn't it like scratch and sniff? Yeah, and it smells like syrup. I love syrup. Syrup on pancakes? Syrup on waffles? I don't know. Chocolate syrup? Oh, okay. I put that on my ice cream. Yeah, but we already talked about ice cream. Wait, so who are you again? Oh, I'm you. Yeah, you're imagining me right now. Really? Yeah, haven't you noticed that I'm just you in different clothing and you're hallucinating me because you haven't had any human contact in the past 2 months? So in order to keep your social abilities intact, you're creating imaginary friends to make fake conversations with? I should call her.
hell are you doing up at this hour?
I can't sleep again. The usual.
Alright, well keep it down, because some of us have to get up in a couple of hours.
Yeah, alright, Dad. Good night.
Who are you? What are you doing up here? I'm talking to you. Who the hell are you? Take off the mask. I say take off the mask. Those pictures. Who took them? You? You take those pictures? What are you doing? Stay over there. I swear to God, if you come one step closer, I will punch you in the face. Now take off the mask. I say take it off! Brendan, are you up there? Yeah, Dad. I'll be down in a second.
What in God's name are you doing up there?
Oh, I thought I heard some mice or something up there. Just checking it out.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sorry if I woke you.
Just go to sleep, alright? What's with the fancy clothes?
What? Is it against the law to look nice in my own house?
Why don't you just get some sleep? I think your mind is turning into mush.
She wore blue velvet, bluer
Morning, son. I made you some pancakes if you want them.
Thanks, Dad. I'm starving.
Good.
Like most 18-year-old males back in the World War II days, I was drafted at the age of 18 out of Syracuse University, where I had started college. And I went down to Camp Blanding, the northern part of Florida, for 3+ months of infantry basic training. And we got sent up to join, at least I did, and a couple of other guys, the 71st Infantry Division, part of the famous Third Army led by General George S. Patton. We fought in the Rhineland campaign, the Central European campaign, and starting in France, Germany, Austria.
Well, I think one of the things that you have to realize when you're talking about the Holocaust is you have to think of the German nation. 65 million people, many of them highly educated. One of the most highly educated groups of people in Europe, still to this day, that's true. A wonderful education system and a background of culture. How could many of these people turn around and do things that are despicable and almost not even things that you want to discuss? So you have to look into totalitarianism, you have to look into the acceptance of the Nazi Party, you have to realize that they were victimized by a horrific depression made worse by the Treaty of Versailles, which made the Germans actually pay reparations for World War I. So when Hitler comes around in 1933, the country is on its knees. And Hitler uses that to gain power. He blames their fate on the Versailles Treaty and also on those Jews, those people who really run the banks and run the world. They're the ones that caused us to lose World War I. So scapegoating was paramount. And Goebbels, the minister of propaganda in Germany, he's famous for saying, if you say a lie over and over again, soon it will be believed.
Near the end of the war, it was a Friday, it was May 4th, 1945. I still hadn't even turned 19 yet. We've liberated a POW camp near Lambach in Austria. Prisoner of war camp, mostly RAF, Royal Air Force, British flyboys. Very thin, but overall in passable shape. Very happy to be liberated. There was a lot of hugging and camaraderie going on. Thank you, and all of a sudden, for the first time, we heard one of the guys say to us, "Hey guys, we heard rumors. We're not sure. We heard rumors that there's a camp for Jews a few kilometers down the road." And I remember we all looked at each other and said, "A camp for Jews?" We didn't know anything about camp for Jews. I emphasize that. My captain, my lieutenant, my sergeant, none of us knew about camp for Jews. We knew Hitler apparently wasn't fond of Jews, but we didn't know anything about concentration camps. When I say we, on our level, later realized that the president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the guys up top, they knew about the camps because they were going up in the 1930s and 1940s, but we didn't know about them.
Well, in Germany and in all of the countries that were conquered by the Nazis, the first thing that would happen, let's say when the Germans invaded Poland, which started World War II in Europe, there would be two contingents of soldiers. The first contingent of soldiers would be traditional military. They were in to gain the territory and to defeat the Poles. The second group would come in and round up the undesirables, which of course, for the most part, were Jewish people. But one of the things that's so important about this whole process is how the Germans kept lying to these people and giving them false hope. When they lived in ghettos, the Germans told them, we're going to take you to a nicer place in the country. We're going to take you by train. You're going to work hard, but you're going to be outside. You're going to be well fed. You're going to be growing food for our army, basically. So that was lie number one. Lie number two was, don't forget to bring some luggage. Don't forget to bring your belongings. And that gave these Jewish people hope that, well, we're going to live. They wouldn't ask us to bring our things with us if they were going to murder us. So this false hope ensued all the way to the concentration camp.
And all of a sudden, I remember being in the forest, and it was the most offensive, nauseating stench. It's a smell that it permeated into your nostrils, into your brain. Whew, you couldn't breathe originally. Any liberator will tell you at least the smell, the stench is the first thing that hits you. We said, what is that freaking smell? And then all of a sudden, I remember through the trees, up on top, there was like a big compound villa as far as you could see, barbed wire fence. It said, Arbeit macht frei, up on in big German letters. I knew a little bit of German. That would, work will free you, or work will make you free. Bunch of garbage that turned out to be, but that's what they had way up in big letters on the top. And this turned out to be the Gunskirchen Lager. Lager, I think, means camp, but it was Gunskirchen Lager, a sub-camp of Mauthausen, a concentration camp in Austria. Very little resistance. There was one SS, Waffen-SS guard, wouldn't drop his gun, if I remember. I had to take care of him. The captain told me he's not dropping his gun. He kept pointing it. I don't know what his problem was, but I had to take care of him a couple of rounds, and down he went. Cut through the barbed wire, we entered that camp. And I can tell you, I had seen a lot of killing, but those were soldiers. What I saw there was it was so horrific, it's hard to describe. There were piles of skeleton-like bodies toward the left. There was another pile of skeleton-like bodies toward the right. And when I say skeleton-like, I mean skeleton-like.
In the beginning, these people were systematically murdered by being shot and put into deep trenches. And gradually by 1942, 1943, the Germans realized in 1942 that this was not an efficient way to destroy an entire race. And it was at that point in the Wannsee Conference that it was decided that these death camps should be constructed and built along railways. Many of them were built in Poland. And Jews were taken out of ghettos where they'd been systematically starved and deprived of medicines and put on cattle cars and taken to these horrible places. And once they got there, there were two lines formed. I think most people know that.
Men and boys in the one line in the beginning, that was okay because they could work. But the mothers and the teenage girls, little children, women, they couldn't work, apparently weren't strong enough. So they were told to go into the showers. We saw what looked like nozzle showers as far as you could see. The mothers holding their little babies, teenage girls going in, the doors shut, and instead of water, gas. We saw the scratches on the walls afterwards where these girls and mothers were trying to get out. And the testimony was that the screams were going out for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And hundreds of thousands were murdered by the Nazis that way. And they were doing this almost till the day we liberated the camps. Eichmann and Mengele and Himmler and the rest of those butchers were still doing this. Those poor souls that were alive were so emaciated, it defies description. I mean, when they were walking toward us, they looked to me like zombies. Their arms looked like broomsticks, their cheeks hollowed out with no, there's no flesh, all bones. You always see bones. Sores all over their bodies. We saw on some of them, they had this Jewish star that were like on the top, knitted on. My lieutenant said, they must be Jewish, because we didn't know who they were at first. And college boy, he knew I was Jewish. College boy, can you speak Yiddish or something? Can you speak? But I was able to say, Ich bin auch Yud. That just came out of my mouth. Ich bin auch Yud. I think it's German. I heard it somewhere. To this day, I don't remember where. It is Ich bin auch Yud. I am also a Jew. Just came out of me. And for the first time when I said that, there were some smiles at the Gunskirchenlager. Amerikaner. Yeah, I said I was an American Jewish soldier. I kept repeating it. Jude, Amerikaner, Jude. Then we start hearing Essen bitte, Wasser bitte, Zigaretten. I knew again, food, water, cigarettes. I didn't smoke. But I remember some of my buddies who smoked, when they asked for cigarettes, they start to hand out, they had cigarettes, handing them out, they were ready to light them. And you had to visually watch these people. They took the cigarette and pulled it. They didn't want to smoke it. They pulled the wrapping off and started eating the tobacco. You have to see it, what starvation does to people. And then when they said Essen food, we had those days C&K rations. I think they have MREs ready to eat now, but we had Spam or crackers or candy, whatever we had in the canteen. Food. And I remember handing that out. You had to watch people. They would grab it so fast and start biting and chewing, and many of them then would start grabbing their esophagus, their throat, making that sound and falling to the ground, choking. So I want you to get the picture. You're trying to help. You're giving food, and they're choking. We didn't know what to do, and the medics start screaming, "No solid food, damn it! No solid food," because apparently, I'm not a doctor, but apparently when you choke or something, your esophagus after a while starts to clamp up and you can't swallow. But we didn't know that. So many were choking. It was chaos. Then we looked in the barracks. There was, as far as you could see, thousands of meters. There was an upper and a lower. Whew, you couldn't hardly breathe in there. The stench was so powerful. There were dead bodies in there, and those that were alive were practically sitting on top of the dead, next to the dead. You couldn't tell who's alive, who's dead. And they kept saying, looking toward us, "Helfen Sie, kannst du helfen Sie mir?" I close my eyes sometimes to get to visualize the picture. And there were just thousands of these bodies, some alive, some half dead, some throes of dying. All I can tell you is that everywhere you looked in the Gunskirchenlager was the foul stench of the dead and the dying, everywhere.
And finally, word starts coming back to certain communities of what was happening in these death camps, and many people refused to believe it. Even people in the United States refused to believe it because it was so outrageous. And it was only when the war was just about over, when we, the Soviets, the Canadians, and the British found these horrible places, that we finally found that these rumors were true.
We thought that was the only camp when we lived. You're not in touch with every other outfit initially. Then we're starting to hear the one out, the 42nd Liberated Dachau, another outfit. We said, how many of these hellholes were there? We couldn't believe it.
I think when you talk about the Holocaust, if you're a caring human being, I think we all become Jewish. We should. We all should look into what happened to our friends. Certainly people in the metropolitan area have a very close association with people who are Jewish. We certainly all do here. What it meant to them, I guess it meant that the ultimate horror could actually happen. And I think what Jewish people have learned, other than the angst and the horror and the sadness of losing loved ones, and so many of them lost loved ones, is we don't want to be bullied anymore. We're not going to be bullied anymore. And of course, you've heard the saying, never again. And I think that's what's left the impression on Jewish people, never again. And whenever a little anti-Semitic thing happens or occurs in this community or other communities, you notice right away, people react right away. Police get involved right away. So I think what they learn is never again.
I had the shakes. I was crying. Guys next to me said that I was screaming in my sleep. At times, I was walking the streets in Austria and Germany at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I was scared to try to sleep because I couldn't sleep. And at times I thought I was going crazy. This is not easy to say, but I had just turned 19 in May 30th, 1945, and I stayed for a year. So it was like I took a key and I locked up that part of my brain, threw the key away. I don't want to talk to anybody about it. I thought that if I talked about it, it was going to bring back those nightmares that I had when the war ended. Anybody asked me, I just said I did my job and I wouldn't talk about it for 50 years. That's a long time. And on June 10th, 1995, that's 50 years after the end of the war in Europe, the lady at the local Holocaust Museum here in Rockland County heard what I just told you, called me on the telephone. Mr. Moskin, is that true? You were a liberator? You have to speak to the schools. You have to let the children know. There are deniers out there saying the Holocaust didn't happen. The Jews made it up. She got me kind of worked up. First I turned it down, but then eventually she said, let's try it one time. June 10, 1995, 50 years after the end of the war in Europe, I spoke for the first time, and it was like a catharsis. It was like a purging of all that poison I've been bottling up inside of me all that time. And I can tell you, I've been speaking ever since. Thousands and thousands of middle school and high school students, and last count, over 100,000. 12 different states, done a lot of television. It's like a calling with me now. I want to reach as many of you young people that you know the truth, that there was a Holocaust. I bear witness, and I want you young people to bear witness for me. I saw too much hate. Hate begets hate. I say it over and over again. I don't hate. I don't hate anybody. You know, I may not like what's going on, but I don't want to be a hater. To me, hate is evil, and we got too much hate going on all over the place today. And I'm a lover, I'm a hugger. That's the way I like to be. And as I say, don't hate. You're a better human being if you don't hate. And even sometimes I know that word pops out of your mouth. You don't mean it the way it sounds, but just don't even use it. You don't like something, you don't like it, but don't use the word hate. That's just a personal thing that I have. I saw hate, and I don't want to see it anymore. And unfortunately, it's still out there in a lot of places. And again, I repeat, as I say over and over, it's your generation, your young generation, that's got to get rid of the hate. And I hope that someday that, you know, if you get rid of the hate, that, as I say when I speak all the time, that get rid of the hate, that maybe all God's children, black, white, pink, yellow, Jew, Catholic, Protestant, gay, transgender, bisexual, whatever, I don't care, all God's children can live side by side, neighbor to neighbor in peace, without the fear of another Holocaust like the hell and the horror that I unfortunately had to witness back in May of 1945.
stupid.
Yo, boss.
What?
Is it time for me to go home yet?
Well, did you finish your quota?
Well, for the most part, yeah.
Christian, did you do the dishes?
Kinda.
Did you even scrub the toilet?
Huh?
Did you call your great uncle's father's cousin?
Look, man, can I just go home? I'm tired here.
Well, it is 9:32, so I guess you get to go.
Forget something. I'm gonna have to take the stand. Okay. I'm sick and tired of this. Hey! Alright, let's see if Matt can get me out of this situation. Let's see here. 8 times 56 is 448. Divide that by 90. 4.97 repeats. Let's go this way. Oh god. There's literally no end to these stairs, is there? No, there isn't. Great. Alright. 5 hours of walking the stairs for this. Quitting. Door open. Get door open. Kick. Ouchie Lebowski. Why is this out here? That's one. What is going on? I feel like I've been here before. Have I been here before? Let me check real quick. Yeah, I've been here before. Wow. The progress we are making. Mama would be so proud right now. Who in the world punches a door? It is never a good idea to punch a door. Note taken. Open door, right? Door's still locked. You guy up there, why? Who are you? What are you doing? Who are you? Alright, why are you here? Hello? Look, are you stuck in here as well? I haven't been able to unlock the door or anything, or you're just not interacting with me at this point. You're just smiling. How's this nice? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? Look at something downstairs. Really? How? How? You just gonna come from up there? Down there? Without me noticing? Is that it? How did you do that? How? Hello? We're still in this now. We're still doing this. We're still doing this. You know what? You have a good one. Oh, my dream. Yes! Yes!
Yeah, I'm doing the garbage now. Get a hold of yourself.
Hey, do you want to come inside now? I think Mom and Dad want to play cards with us.
No, I'll stay out here.
You've been out here for hours. Aren't you getting sick of this?
I'm shooting hoops. That's what I'm doing.
It's hot as hell out here. Aren't you sweating?
Dude, just leave me alone.
Why don't you go for a walk? I think you need a break.
I don't think I need one, actually.
No, I think you do. You need to clear your head. You're not thinking that rationally.
Maybe you're not the one thinking rationally. Please, just go away, Mom. Why are you doing this to me? You're here everywhere I go. Aren't you gonna answer?
Remember, folks, authorities are urging everyone to stay inside at all costs, continue social distancing, and practice healthy habits to prevent the spread of this devastating virus.
Hey Tyler, are you there? I've been calling you for a few days now. I just want to make sure everything's okay. I haven't heard from you and I'm kind of getting worried. It's like you're trying to ignore us or something. Please just give me a call back when you can. I just want to make sure you're all right. Okay, bye.
Hey, what's up? You, seem pretty happy.
Well, I found my calling, so.
So everything's going, well so far?
Yeah, there's something about writing music that's pretty therapeutic.
You know, it's not always gonna be this easy. You're gonna have some days where it's just not happening.
Yeah, I know, but we don't really have to talk about that right now. Come on. You know, I can't do it. Nope.
How's everything going?
You said that there will be days when the music doesn't come. It's been like 2 months. You know, Paul McCartney dreamed about yesterday in his sleep. Starting to think that story isn't true.
Everyone's path is different. Look, there are over 7 billion people in this world. You think they're all on the same path, doing the same thing? It's just gonna take some time.
But what do I do next?
Did you guys hear? It is the most horrible, worst thing ever. Whoa. Slow down. I just read the email from the district office. They now want us to provide synchronous learning along with our asynchronous lesson plans. I need this like a lock and cop. Say what now? You know, a lock and cop. A hole in the head. Each staff member is expected to provide a minimum of 2 to 3 hours of direct virtual instruction each week. Synchronous or asynchronous. That includes at least 2 points of live virtual contact with students each week. We're expected to provide a minimum of 1 hour of live contact with students out of the total 2 hours. Then they want us to provide a minimum of 2 hours of live contact with students out of the total 3 hours. Synchronous, of course, being learning with video meetings, and asynchronous being recorded lessons. Why not just say video lesson or live chat? What's with these buzzwords synchronous stuff? Well, it's important to use buzzwords because they're very professional sounding. In addition, it makes you sound more intelligent, like you know what you're talking about, thereby making everyone else feel inferior by thinking they should know what you're talking about, even though no one knows what anyone's talking about. You mean like perfunctory, paradigm, or obfuscate? What's obfuscate? It means to make things confusing, like this synchronous thing. Well... Oh, don't worry, I'm doing a video like that right now. That's great. Well, listen, which unit? Is it on your curriculum, Matt? Do you have a rubric? It's a video of me doing a self-haircut. That's not relevant. Self-cut videos are viral now. It's so relevant. That's not it. The DO said... You need to relax. Tell him.
Yeah, man. Like I'm totally letting my brain be mentally disembodied from my, body.
How can you be playing a game at a time like this?
It's the new Mortal Kombat, man. It's got this wicked character creation control in it. You can totally make someone in there that you want to destroy.
Who'd you make?
I created my kids. Can't stand them with all this homeschooling thing right now. Your child's a pleasure to have in class. Bunch of liars.
Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, fatality. I just totally ripped my son's spine out.
Come on, we have to get this done.
Seriously, you need to relax. Relax. You need to chill. Chillax. You need to take a walk. Walk.
Will you stop repeating everything he's saying?
Sorry, dude. Just trying to help you with the synchronous learning.
Exercise will help get the stress out. Like Mike.
Yeah, be like Mike. Mike is working the elliptical. Mike is awesome.
You're a gross sweat pile. How long have you been going?
Mike is watching Thai MCU on Blu-ray.
We have work to do. How much longer?
Mike is with the Avengers in Sokovia. After we defeat Ultron, 11 more movies to go.
Nice. I can't believe this. Go to your happy place before you freak out. I don't freak out. You freak out. I don't freak out.
Yeah, you do.
I don't freak out.
You kinda do.
Mike thinks you're freaking out.
It's intermission time. It's intermission time. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long. Murray's in the backseat, playing his guitar. Murray's in the backseat of the big red car. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long. Jeff is fast asleep. He's having a little rest. We'd better wake him up, so let's all call out, wake up, Jeff. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long. Anthony is eating. He's got so much food. He's eating apples and oranges and fruit salad too. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long. He's doing the driving, singing Scooby-Doo-Wah. Rick is doing the driving of the big red car. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We'll travel near and we'll travel far. Toot, toot, chugga, chugga, big red car. We're gonna ride the whole day long.
And now, on with the show.
Nothing like a great cup of black coffee.
Bro, what do you want to do?
Can't just keep on driving around. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, my car's been using up a lot of gas driving you around, man.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah.
Yeah, this car gets like 10 miles to the gallon, $3 a gallon. It's a lot of gallons.
Look, man, I'm not paying you for the gas. It's your car. You drive around in it all the time.
Well, $3 a gallon, 10 miles a gallon, that's expensive. It adds up, It adds up.
Look, man, I'm not paying you for the gas. Let's just stop talking about this and move on to the next thing. Where do you want to go?
Whatever. Let's think of something to do. Where do you want to go?
Let's go to the park or something. Let's go play basketball.
All right.
Taco Bell.
How's it going, man? Where to now? You want to go to the lake?
This is really nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, I think it's fair to say that we did learn a lesson today. There's nothing to do during quarantine, but we have each other.
You got a few bucks? I need gas.
$2.
Almost a gallon. Thank you.
First came COVID.
First, though, let's dive right into the latest on the coronavirus pandemic, now hitting our coasts especially hard. Here are the latest numbers. Overnight, cases of COVID-19 surpassed 300,000 worldwide, with nearly 13,000 deaths. Here in the U.S., the numbers are soaring, more than 26,000 cases and 340 deaths.
The epicenter in the U.S. is now clearly New York, with more than 12,000 cases, most of them here in New York City.
New York's stay-at-home order taking effect tonight as neighboring New Jersey joins in, canceling gatherings, ordering residents to do their part and stay home.
I know people want to hear it's only going to be a matter of weeks and then everything's going to be fine. I believe it is going to be a matter of months.
We're at war, if that is not apparent already. Any place people congregate is a place where coronavirus can be spread.
And then George Floyd died.
Good afternoon. We're coming on the air now with breaking news in the killing of George Floyd, who died on Memorial Day. There you see him right there. His death. After being held by officers, you see them right there, 4 officers there in Minneapolis. His cries, "I can't breathe," sparking protests across the country over the last 9 days.
In the largest public safety operation in Minnesota's history, local and state police and 4,000 members of the National Guard took a stand.
We want change! We want change!
With artificial intelligence.
I used to be a cop. My name is Richard Michaels.
This thing's been trying to arrest everyone.
Here, come on. How do you know this guy? He sold me a gun.
Brooke and Diane both think I asked too many questions at the grocery store. I'm from outer space. It's not clear to me why you have to cook French one. Mitchell thinks I'm too loud. I knew it. We're unlikable, aren't we? Is it the sci-fi stuff? Do I smell bad? What is it? Looks like people just generally don't like us. One guy. Hey,
You okay?
No, nothing. Just, envisioning.
Envisioning what exactly?
Well, you see, this room looks very plain and unprofessional. So I think we should get some more paneling for the room.
I mean, seems like a lot more money than you need to spend.
Isn't that what you said about the last batch? And then when we put it up on the wall, you said, oh, it was such a great purchase and that it looks so awesome.
Fine. I pay for the nails, you pay for the panels.
You have yourself a deal.
Thanks, man.
Several days later. 6.5 hours later. Eventually.
First thing we added was the chaotic eyeball for the mic. It costs around $200, but makes a very significant difference in the sound, making it sound very isolated, like as if it was in a real studio. So yeah. Next thing I added was an Akai MIDI keyboard with a drum pad. I can essentially run Logic Pro X through this device entirely, making it very convenient, coming in at around $90. And last but certainly not least, we have the foam paneling, the cheapest thing to purchase, but definitely very useful. It keeps sound from bouncing off walls, as well as making the room aesthetically look more professional for recording music. And the finished room. Finally. We're done with this. Finally get some work. What the
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Morning. Yo. That was some good coffee.
Why, thank you, Audi.
Here's what I need you all to do today. Pencil, the groceries we ordered last night were delivered. I need you to get them disinfected and help me take them inside.
Okay.
Excellent. And say, Pencil, did I even mention how great your coffee was this morning? Oh, that hit the spot. I'm ready for a working day.
Dad, do I have anything to do today?
Oh, yes. Pen and eraser. I need you to clean out the closet upstairs.
Well, let's get started.
Perfect. What was that?
Found the switch. What was that?
I don't know, but I will soon find out.
Really? How do you propose we do that?
We just follow it around. And I know we can because I believe in us.
I'm so glad you're okay.
sure has been a while.
Hey guys, wanted to record another lesson, you know. This quarantine stuff is really just throwing all our schedules in the ground. I hope you guys have your resource out. Please open it to chapter 11. We're going to talk about my theory that the college board tried to take my PhD away for. Real talk, guys, when are we overthrowing the college board? The time is now. Anyway, scooter theory. Now, oh man, it's hot in here. Okay. It's really kind of like dry, you know, it's a lot of heat. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Scooter theory. Scooter theory is the idea that gravity is constant and exponential. Essentially, acceleration continues, no matter what. That is why I posit that if I were to go in Alaska, get on a scooter, and scooter downhill, theoretically, I should be able to scooter anywhere in the world instantly. This is because acceleration is exponential. At any given time, it's really hot in here, man. I don't know. It's like, it's really dry. Acceleration is exponential. I should be able to get from Alaska to Albania, but I'm not. Okay? You want to know why? That's because Albania is a hoax. It doesn't exist. It never existed. They're lying to you. The college board is lying to you. They're all lying to you. The government, every single one of them. It's time to start the leftist revolution right now, comrades. It's really hot in here. It is. It's just, I can't stand this. It's so disgusting.
2 hours later.
Good morning, world! Time to get ready for school.
Villager news. Does my mustache look alright? Okay. Hey. Breaking news! A rogue citizen called
I come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's
Citizens of Earth, welcome to your new domain. There's no need to be frightened. Please, make yourselves comfortable. Allow me to introduce myself. You can call me Tapper. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I'm sure you'll enjoy the amenities in my metropolis. And if you don't, my police force will ensure you do. Now I understand that with any sweeping change there comes the matter of resistance, and to that I say, do not worry yourselves with such things. It's none of your concern. In fact, I've taken the matter into my own hands personally. I know things may seem a little strange now, but I can assure you you'll all thank me later. I can assure you that my armies deployed around the world will only further that cause and ensure you the happiest possible life that one can achieve. Now, I won't take up any more of your time, so I'd like to say goodbye, and I do say that we'll be seeing each other again soon.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
What?
This is the Tacklewick Police Department.
Put your hands in the air.
Nobody.
Put them up.
Uh-oh, who are those guys? They sound scary. I better find somewhere to hide. Oh, I know! I'll hide in the table!
There's nobody here.
Tacklewick said someone would be here.
Well, I guess we're not here.
Oh my god! I successfully escaped from the police!
Oh my god. The table ate someone.
What should we do?
Do we shoot it?
You'll never take me alive!
I mean, do you want to shoot it?
Taxi! Taxi!
Alright, we're here, just sitting in the car. I want you to show me if you can get far. Step on the gas.
Step on the gas?
Just step on the gas!
We lost him. Oh, we did bad. I know what we'll cheer us up. To the donut store.
Yeah!
Phew! We lost them.
So, where did you say you were going again?
I know. I'll go somewhere where they'll never find me. Yep, this is fine.
You're an idiot!
Ah, good morning, world, and to all who inhabit it, except Tapperwick.
Aștiți-că regu?
Portate che se cercando?
E nga mund ta di aftu. Unë isha e ngulur këtu duke parë televizorin.
It is in fact the Peanut House. It is in fact the Peanut House. It is in fact the Peanut House. It is in fact the Peanut House.
Oh, prandaj e fike ti ati. Unë kam qenë duke I hedhur sandallet gjithë ditën ati.
Due to the fact that the world is being invaded, there will be no more school.
Oh my God! No more school?
Hello, Michael. Jam shumë I sigurt që ti e ke marrë vesh për pushtimin.
2 cops have entered my house.
Përndryshe, bashkimi do të prishet, ndërsa botës do të vi fundi.
How am I supposed to do that? I need help.
Dhe ai do të jetë ndihma më e madhe për ju.
A very important person. Oh my God, it's Kron! Wait, did you see that broadcast?
Yes, Michael, everyone got that broadcast.
Wait, who did that? And who sent those 2 guys to arrest me? And who's invaded the world?
Tapperwick. He was the Secretary of War. Sources say that he died years ago. But seeing him on that screen... We can rally them up and breach Tapperwick's base. You've retrieved the Butterfingers of Thor, so I have no doubt that you will be of aid in this situation.
Okay, let's go!
So boys, got any ideas?
I think we should give them lots of cotton candy so we can be friends.
Clearly none of those are gonna work. We should probably sit on this idea of taking over these Tapperwick fools for now. Oh, it's tea time.
Okay. Don't drop it in the shower.
Delicious. Who goes there?
It's me!
So if it isn't the chairman, how'd you get past those Tapperwick fools? Well, I was in Europe, so I was away from all of this. And I don't know how he survived any of this. Well, me and my boys had to fight for our lives. It's pretty hard, but here we are. I forgot how you get it.
Fire!
Alright, so we're playing an attack on Taproot Space. Do you guys want to join in?
I mean, sure. Me and the boys have been trying to figure out how to take down these Taproot fools in the first place.
Freeze! Oh.
We knew you'd be down here. We could hear that kid screaming the entire way here.
And now you're under arrest. Yeah.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
You'll never take me alive!
I'm trying to tackle it!
Woohoo! I won!
I win. It's not safe here anymore.
You're right. We should probably get out of here.
Alright, so similar to being thorough, but I want to know if you all know what the plan is. We're going to need more people for this. And for that, I've called in a very important friend of ours. Don't tell anyone, but it's who you are.
Wow! Famous singer-songwriter Weird Al Yankovic! Famous singer-songwriter Weird Al Yankovic is here!
Oh, I think that's him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our finest hour.
Where am I?
Oh, I didn't see you there. What are you doing here? You know where you are?
No, I'm lost.
Do you need a little help finding your way, buddy? Oh, I see the nerves in your eyes. Maybe you need a little assistance getting out of here, finding your way home, eh? Oh, don't worry, little buddy. I'll help you out with that. I'm your buddy. Wrong! Oh, you're gonna stay here forever. Oh, you're gonna get it now.
That's what you think. H.
Make sure to buckle your seatbelt.
Man, this sucks.
Can't believe Taproot would fire their two best officers.
I mean, just look at our sunglasses.
Bright light can't see. Must talk like this.
Watch out! You're gonna crash! I love candy.
It's so dark in here.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Mag Show. I'd like to introduce to you our first contestant, Mr.
Michael Iovino, who's come here a long way from the Arctic Union to get rid of, apparently, Mr. Tapperwig. Well, let's all find out more about that, because he's apparently coming here to save the world. We'll see. Michael.
What is this game?
Never played before? No worries. The rules are very simple. Well, all you have to do is answer correctly. Otherwise, you will be destroyed.
A quiz show? This'll be easy.
All right. I like that attitude. Now remember, Michael, if you don't win, you still go home with a couple nice little prizes. A broken McDonald's toy from 2006, popsicle sticks, and your very own Cabbage Bites doll modeled after your face. Now for your final question. You ready? Here we go. What is Obama's last name? Will Michael win the grand prize this evening? Will we finally find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of our Tootsie Pop? I don't know, but we'll find out more right after our union-regulated break.
Now it's time for a delectable dessert. I lost my ice cream and I can't believe my eyes. I lost my ice cream and now I want to die.
All right, welcome back. The last we spoke, we saw Michael struggling to answer our final question. What is Obama's last name? Let's check back and see where we are. Well, Michael, what is your final answer? Now's the time to tell us.
Obama!
You're wrong. Wait, this just in. You're double wrong with a cherry on top. Sorry, the correct answer was Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia that anyone can edit. Well, you've lost, and now you must face the final punishment. You will be obliterated with my special weapon. The Magnum Opus. No! Okay, you may have bested me, but you'll never destroy Tapper. So long, loser.
Here I go. I know.
Oh my god, what happened here? Why? Who's done this to you? Pardon. Must have been my imagination.
Well, here I go.
Ha ha ha! But would you look who it is? It's the Nerd Kid once again.
It's you again.
You remember us? Yeah, well, let me tell you. I'm Bond, he's Bluzz, and he's Millers. And also, he's the god of the Second Amendment.
Hey there, little loser! I have a score to settle with you!
Tapperwick's gonna change the world. And there's nothing you can do about it, kiddo.
Yeah, you little mouse. If you want to get through Tapperwick, you gotta get through us first.
How does he even do that?
It's just like magic.
Shut up. I am done. I am going to sleep for 2 months. I am done.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Boris!
Yes. And if it isn't Jerome...
My name isn't Jerome.
Yeah. Shut up. It's my monologue, not yours.
Well, how'd you know I was gonna be here?
Well, and how should I put this? A friend told me? Nah, I'm just messing with you. I saw you in a box crawling towards my classroom, so
Okay, never mind.
And now since you've broken the fourth wall twice and so rudely interrupted my monologue, I can't allow you to leave here alive.
Oh yeah? You and one army.
Army? This one?
Hi.
Alright, I'm about to head out.
Seize him! Kenji-sama! Darn. You win this one, Jerome. But I'll get my revenge.
All right, it's time to door.
You can blow this, you can blow that, 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 you can blow that, you can blow this, 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 you can blow
That's horse crap!
I win.
I wonder where Tapperwick could be. I wonder where he could be in all of this.
Buzz, go take him down. Use your special weapon.
What? Really? You kidding me? Alright. I'm out. I'm done with this.
Who are you? All right, it's time for me to stop you.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig, aren't you interrupting the story at the most suspenseful part? Well, the answer is yes, Sally. Yes, I am. Keep those cards and letters coming.
That fool. Oh my god, it was Mario all along.
Michael, use your H thing. Use a special H thing.
Yeah, do the thing that he just said.
H.
This isn't fair.
This needs to end.
What's up?
End the simulation. I'm done with it. We're done.
How was that shot? Amazing, right? Listen, everybody can just stand up and give all the student filmmakers a big ovation. They really deserve it. And you might be standing up clapping and be by yourself in your house and feel really awkward. I'm standing up here alone in my house in front of a green screen, and it is really awkward, I can assure you. But as we say on set, I'll fix it in post. Now, before we give the awards out, a couple of special thanks I'd like to give. First, to our student filmmakers. With the limited resources you had and the ability to complete all your films, you guys did a tremendous job. So thank you to completing those and making the film festival what it is. Next, to the parents of those student filmmakers. If most of them were in the house by themselves, they needed a crew. And what better crew than family? So thank you for helping them behind the camera, and a very special thank for those that were willing to get in front of the camera to help the students produce their movies. Next, I'd like to thank our amazing judges who watched each and every piece, held discussions, and then had to make the difficult decisions on which films to give the awards to. I'd like to give a special thanks to John Guardiak, Jeremy Messner, Grace Noon, and Paul Prentice for helping promote this evening, so you're all here online watching us stream. So thank you guys for helping us out there. Finally, I'd like to give special thanks to the Video Production Club officers who make every event we've done this year wonderful. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, awards time. Now this isn't actually one of our Golden Goldsteins that we give out. It's a miniature version of it. This one's mine. It says World's Greatest Teacher. It's true. It was actually a gift from our very own Mr. Magniello. So Ved, thank you for this lovely award. You're still waiting on yours, I know. So without further ado, I give you the nominees. The award for Best Story in a Film. The nominees are Backstory, Justin Gerber. Double Tap, Emma and Olivia Machete. Fifth Stage, Tate Jebsen. Unexplained, Brendan Michael Murray. And Witness, Brian Wingertson. And the winner for Best Story is Brendan Michael Murray, Unexplained. Congratulations, Brendan. The award for Best Cinematography in Film. Backstory, Justin Gerber. The composer, Dom Reisman. Locked In, Justin Gerber. And Unexplained, Brendan Michael Murray and Justin Gerber. And the winner for Best Cinematography in Film goes to Dom Reisman, the composer. Congratulations, Dom. We do have a second award for cinematography in film. By all accounts, the composer won by most votes for a singular film. But by recount, the total votes for Backstory, Locked In, and Unexplained were just as impressive, all filmed by Justin Gerber. So the second cinematography award goes to Justin Gerber. Congratulations, Justin. The award for Best Editing in Film. The nominees are Burnout, Kyle Sang. The composer, Dom Reisman. Double Tap, Olivia and Emma Machete. And Witness, Brian Wingertson. And the winner for Best Editing in Film goes to Dom Reisman, the composer. Congratulations, Dom. The award for Best Performance in a Film. The nominees are Anthony Evangelista, Party of Two. Ryan Gerber, Locked In. Dom Reisman, the composer. Kevin Pimentel, The Scooter Theory. And Brendan Michael Murray, Unexplained. And the award for Best Performance in a Film goes to Anthony Evangelista, Party of Two. Congratulations, Anthony. The award for Best Film. The nominees are Backstory, Justin Gerber. Double Tap, Emma and Olivia Machete. Michael's Final Day, Cron Meku. Unexplained, Brendan Michael Murray. And Witness, Brian Wingertson. And the award for Best Film goes to Brian Wingertson, Witness. Congratulations, Brian. The award for Honorable Mention. Honorable Mention is a film that was well received by the judges but did not win in any specific category. And the award for Honorable Mention goes to Double Tap, Emma and Olivia Machete. Congratulations, Emma and Olivia. A new award for this year during these trying times. The most creative solution to the quarantine. The nominees are Burnout, Kyle Sang. Escape to Reality, Kyle Sang. Gas is $3 a gallon, Dean Shapizi. Party of Two, Anthony Evangelista. And Quarantined by Ian Schechter. And the award for most creative solution to the quarantine goes to Kyle Sang, Escape to Reality. Congratulations, Kyle. One last award we give out every now and then is the John Swicata We Try Hard Award. John Swicata was a fantastic creative student whose movies were entertaining year in and year out. Yet, through 4 years, John never ever won an award. So to honor his creativity and his fun movies, we honor Cron Meku. He receives the John Swicata We Try Hard Award. Congratulations, Cron. A big ovation to all the student filmmakers out Congratulations to the award winners and the nominees. You guys did an amazing job to help make an amazing festival. So just remember now, keep on out there, keep producing, and I hope to see you all next year. Have a great night.